BBC Radio Manchester.
Nearly 2 million people in the UK are living with the skin condition psoriasis. It's painful enough physically, but today a report is urging us to really consider the psychological effects of the disease as well. Well, Manchester comedian Toby Hadoke has psoriasis. He's joined forces with the Psoriasis Association to support their campaign, and he joins you now. Toby, good morning.
Hello, how are you?
I'm all right. Yeah,
Good.
You're a comedian, but this is no laughing matter, really, is it? Psoriasis?
No, it's very painful, and it's very stigmatising as well. I mean, you've probably seen The Singing Detective. It looks a bit like that, and it's a largely misunderstood disease as well.
How does it affect you, Toby?
Well, I've had it since I was 12, on and off. At its worst, it's covered me from head to foot. And even at its best, I remember once being completely clear of it, except I had 2 stubborn patches on either side of my nose. You know, not the back of my knee or the soles of my feet, but where everybody could see it. And people don't see you.
Yeah.
You know, if you meet somebody, you hope that they think you're nice or you're attractive or you're dressed well.
Sure.
They see my skin. They see my disease. It's little things like if you've got it all over your hands and you pay for some shopping and the shopkeeper looks at you disdainfully and puts you change on the counter because they don't want to touch you even though you're not contagious. So that's where the psychological element comes
Absolutely, I understand that completely. I absolutely understand that, because you're absolutely right. When there is a problem like that, that's all people see, isn't it? And you think, that's not me. Inside, I'm completely different. But you're left with this skin that you have to deal with.
Yeah, and it subsumes you. I did a play at the Royal Exchange, I remember once, and I had to appear topless because, you know, they need to get bums on seats somehow.
Yeah.
And halfway through, I got a sore throat. And this is, again, where the psychological element comes in. If you get a sore throat, that's a bit of a pain for a few days. If I get a sore throat, because psoriasis isn't just about the skin, it's also an immune system deficiency. So if you get a sore throat, your immune system attacks your sore throat. Mine goes doolally.
Right,
and it can hospitalise me just by getting a sore throat, so I have to be very careful.
Oh, Lord.
And as a result of that, I got an outbreak, and I was on stage, and as I left the stage, a bloke sitting a foot away from me, clearly within earshot, when the lights went down at the end of the scene, one of the audience said to his wife, "Well, I hope that's not catching." And you just thought, he knows that I heard that.
Yeah.
And, you know, my humanity was gone. I was just this
mean.
unpleasant thing to see. I don't think even mean. I don't think he even. He had no reason to be having a go. I don't think it occurred to him.
Thoughtless, then.
That there was a person behind it. Yeah.
But it's just horrible, isn't it? And I believe it can be so bad that 1 in 10 patients, Toby, admit that they've contemplated suicide.
Yes. I was hospitalised earlier this year. I had a sore throat. And I'd been making very good progress with my psoriasis. And I got a sore throat, and I saw these little things start to appear. And I knew that was it, because you know your own body. I knew that it was coming back with a vengeance. And it wasn't the physical pain, although it was physically painful. It felt like I'd been stung by 1,000 bees. It was the fact that I hit a brick wall. I did. I just thought I'm going to be... There's no cure for psoriasis. So... I know it's going to be there forever, but I thought I'd got it under control, and I just thought, I can't be bothered with it. I can't spend the rest of my life doing this, because because I don't want to give the impression that people who are psoriasis sufferers sit around moaning all day, because it's actually part of our psychological makeup that we don't. My consultant actually said that psoriasis sufferers tend to internalise, and that's part of the problem, and stress exacerbates psoriasis. Getting psoriasis makes you stressful, so it's a self-perpetuating creature. And part of our psychological makeup is that we don't let the physical pain get to us. We don't let the stigma affect us. So having an outpouring, which I now have with a dermapsychologist, which is part of this See Psoriasis Look Deeper campaign, to encourage GPs to let patients look at their, the psychological aspects of it, is a huge outlet that means that when we spend the rest of our day not moaning about the pain and the fact that we know that, if I put my hand through my hair unconsciously, there might be a shower of detritus that falls out. I have to wear, I'm a vision in beige today, Heather, because it means that the stuff doesn't show up, All those things that most of us do unconsciously, rolling up your sleeves. I haven't rolled up my sleeves in public for 25 years.
Yeah, and you see, that's a big deal, Toby. And I mean, I mentioned the misery of it. Has it taken you to the edge where you thought, I just can't carry on with this. I just don't want to live like this?
Yes, I went into hospital in May because my wife sent my brilliant doctor, who has literally saved my life, a note saying, look, he's not going to say anything, but he's entertaining some quite serious thoughts here. It wasn't the physical. I'm used to the physical pain. I've had the physical pain on and off for 25 years. I just reached the end of the road. I didn't want to do it anymore. Yeah. That's
not right, is it? I mean, I know that's the way it is, but nobody should feel that desperate because of the way they look. So explain the See Psoriasis Look Deeper campaign to me.
Well, this is an initiative that's it's the Psoriasis Association and the Mental Health Foundation have got together, because I struck lucky. I've landed on my feet being an outpatient at the Royal Free Hospital in London, which I saw as a centre of excellence, and I threw myself upon their mercy. And a lady called Dr. Sandy McBride, who's sort of created this bespoke environment in which it is not just the skin that is treated. And if you think it's a leap that mental issues should be affiliated with the skin, think about when you get embarrassed, you blush. If you get scared, you get goose pimples. It's not such a leap. And this idea that, when you put creams on or you take the pills or the various things, that is treating the rash, that is treating the outbreak. But the cause of that is much more to do with the entire makeup of the self, if you like. But people don't know that, and GPs don't know necessarily to ask how patients are beyond the usual platitudes and hello, and actually to assess if there's anything in the mental makeup of the patients that's exacerbating the condition.
Do you have a website that people can go to if they want more help with this and more information?
Yes, they can type the Psoriasis Association into Google, or they can, yes, here we are, www.psoriasis-association.org.uk and also www.mentalhealth.org.uk, or just type See Psoriasis Look Deeper into Google, and it's really good. 2 to 4% of the population have it. Everybody knows somebody who's got it. It's like the Woodstock of dermatology.
And it's just not right. We're all human. We're all human beings. It's just not right to judge another human being on the condition of their skin, is it? It's just wrong. It's BBC Radio Manchester 95.1 FM.